Hello and welcome to another video here with Noob. Today we're going to be checking out whether or not the 777, particularly the PMDG 777 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, can take off without flaps under various conditions. So let's go ahead and see just how important flaps are to the operation of a modern large airliner such as the 777. First things first, we're going to go set up our fuel and payload. So first, we're going to set the aircraft to near max takeoff weight. All right, that's what we want to do. So let's go to our payload here. Everything should be set to max, which it is, I guess. And with fuel around 78%, our gross weight is 774 versus max takeoff weight of 777. Maybe we can try 78.3. Nope, that will put our center of gravity off. So let's just leave it at 78.1 maybe. Okay, there we go. So we can use 78.1 on the fuel levels to test out today's no flap takeoff. All right, let's put the flaps up now. There you go. Flaps are going up right here. We'll wait for that. All right, everybody, our flaps are up and looking good. Let's go to today's weather. Now we're going to use clear skies, and for the first experiment or test, we will use 0 knot wind, literally no wind. Yeah, that's pretty much it. No gusting, no wind, none of that. We've got a perfectly clear day, and that's what we're going to use for our first test. So let's go ahead and see whether we can take off without flaps. Really heavy, close to max takeoff weight. And yeah, let's do this. Parking brakes off, thrust set, and we've got the warning there, configuration flaps, which is good. What we want today. There we go. We are going to try and take off here. Now, we are in Doha. For reference, we are in Doha. Okay, here comes 100 knots, 120. I think we're at 140. Let's try and rotate. Trying to rotate. Oh, we've got a tail strike. Yep, and we are not getting off the ground. Okay, we're just about getting off the ground, and we're up. Okay, all right, get up, and we are off the ground. There we go, everybody. We managed to actually take off, although we did do a couple of tail strikes. But I believe if we rotate a little more gently, we'll be able to take off without actually having a tail strike. All right, let's try this one more time to see whether we can take off without a tail strike whilst we attempt to take off without flaps as well. There we go. Thrust up, landing config, blah, 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 warning. There we go. We got no flaps. Let's try this one more time. Okay, we're past 120 knots now. 140, 150. Let's try rotate. There we go. I'm rotating. Okay. That's as close as I can get without striking the tail. And we are off. There we go, everybody. Whoa. Gear up. Oh, yes, you can take off without flaps near maximum takeoff weight without striking your tail as well. Now let's go try the same exercise with an airport that is at a slightly higher altitude. Well, a lot higher altitude. We are currently at Daqing Yading Airport, ICAO code ZUDC. Now this is the highest civilian airport in the world, the highest civilian airport in the world at 14,472 feet above sea level. Now, here that the air is much thinner, let's go ahead and see whether we can take off without flaps with the same exact weight configuration. That's the one near maximum takeoff weight with the exact weather, which is 0 wind from any direction. Let's jump into the cockpit and see if that's possible. All right, I have set our thrust there. What happens? There we go. Our very powerful engines. Airspeed is climbing really slowly. 60 knots, 80 knots. Are we even going to get enough speed? We just passed 100 knots. Okay, we are approaching the end of the runway. Time for us to rotate to try and get this thing in the air. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. My stick is all the way pulled backwards. All the way backwards, and I can't even get the nose gear to... Oh my lord. Okay, nothing is happening. We have passed the end of the runway right there. Now we're beginning to... Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Nope, it did not. Let's go ahead and try this again. But this time, we're going to give ourselves a 10 knot headwind. All right, so we've loaded up our weight similar to how we've been doing this so far. We've got our flaps going up. There we go. Now let's go ahead and give ourselves a 10 knot headwind. If I can get these sliders to 10 knot, there we go, 10 knots. We want it from, wind should be coming from 345. This always confuses me, so hopefully I'm doing the right thing here, 345. So let's try and take off with this particular setting. All right, our airspeed is climbing slowly. Still. Okay, we are approaching the end of the runway at 120 knots. It's time for us to see whether we can pull up or not. Going to, yeah, there we go. Stick is fully pulled back. Yep, and nothing is happening. 10 knot headwind. Nothing is happening. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay, it's beginning to rise. Okay, no, we can't make it. We cannot make it. There we go. All right, that is, oh, wow. Okay, that doesn't do it. Let's try a little bit more headwind. Shall we do that? This time around, let's give ourselves a 25 knot headwind. This should help us take off. So full weight, or rather near maximum takeoff weight, flaps up, 25 knot headwind. Let's see if we can take off from here now. Do that. There we go. Okay, let's try rotating now. I think I've got wind gusting on, don't I? That is probably why we're not able to take off here. We probably have wind gusts on. But anyway, let me try rotating. We're actually rotating before the end of the runway. Tail strike right there. That's okay. As long as we get off the ground, and no, we don't. No, we do not. Boom. There goes. Okay. I think we've got gusts turned on. Let me try this one more time. This is for the last time. I need to try and get this aircraft off the ground at this airport without flaps. So flaps up once again. We've got the same weight configuration in there. This time we have 30 knots of headwind with 0 gusting. Okay, I've put gust at 0. I didn't check that the last time, but we've got 30 knots of headwind and this should work. So let's try it one last time to see whether we can get this aircraft off the ground at this airport without any flaps. So here goes. All right, we're on our way. The acceleration is still painfully slow. Why is it that we're still only getting 15 knot headwind indication on the display right here? I have no idea why that is. If anyone knows, please let me know. Let's try this one last time. 120 knots, approaching the end of the runway. I'm gonna pull back here all the way and nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Something is happening. All right. Tail strike, but that's okay. I just want to get off the ground. Come on. Nope, no chance. Okay. All right, everybody. I hope you guys had fun with that video, but keep your flaps down when trying to take off. That is the grand conclusion of this video. That is literally the grand conclusion from this video. Keep your flaps down when trying to take off, especially at high altitudes with heavy weights. Anyway, I hope you guys found that entertaining, and I shall catch you in the next one. Comment, like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. And until next time, take care of yourselves and bye-bye. Okay. Seriously, bye-bye.